This is the
Ox
and
Q
Q show. Ox, you have a topic today about. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's called, I don't know what you would call it, but sometimes when I see people relapse, and I've done it in the past myself, when you start to do good and then you relapse, you get out there and then people are calling and saying, wow, I wonder what's going on with him. I wonder how he's doing. And you don't answer your phone, you isolate, you're ashamed and embarrassed, full of guilt. And your family a lot of times is feeling the same way about you, like they're concerned about you, but sometimes the family would be more angry than the friends will. The friends will be more concerned because they don't really have the direct contact as much. But a lot of times when we let down our friends and family, when we relapse and we isolate, we figure, why not? We're already out there, we've screwed up, and then the devil gets a hold of us and makes us feel like there's no hope.
I know over the this past summer I had a phone call about a friend of mine that I hadn't heard from in a while, so I went over to his apartment with a friend and we knocked on the door, and he wouldn't come to the door for a minute, and then he finally did, and it looked pretty bad inside, and so we decided to call the police, and we did. And the police came. We did a wellness check of him, and so we called the ambulance. And I'll never forget, he leaned over to me and said, "Will you go with me?" And I said, "Sure." And so we ended up taking him to Barnes Jewish. And I didn't personally, the ambulance did, and we were in the emergency room with him. It was a few months later he did pass away from alcoholism. But today, I got to thinking, one of a church he went to called Oak Bridge has a new church now in South City. So I thought, well, you know what? He talked about that church a lot. And so I went to pay a visit today. And wow, I'd say it's an up-and-coming kind of church. There's one out in Arnold and a sister church in South City. So I'll probably try to get a little bit connected there. It looks like a church on the move, non-denominational. We'll see. But I could see where, he talked highly of it. And so great guy, had a lot going for him, good-looking guy, had a master's degree, had but you just never know about people. You're not, unless you close the door and actually live with them, you never know. So
addiction and alcoholism is not selective to any particular type of person.
Yeah, that's right. It'll attack
Depends
anybody
on what's
at any
going
time.
on in the heart.
That is correct.
Yeah. It's
so
sad.
Anyway, it was good to attend there. People knew him, and so obviously he had deep roots in this church. So I hope to look at that as a possible connection, and we'll see. So
yeah,
but
I had a good day today, though. I been relaxing a bit, but I talked to my sister for the first time in several years. I've been trying to find her, and I found her, and it was such a blessing. It was really emotional, and I'm just really blessed to have her in my life again because I love her. She's a Christian, and we talked about the whole time. We talked about God and how God has really changed our lives, and I'm just really grateful for that today.
This has been the
Ox
and Q Show.